Welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott wave update for MATIC. I'm out on a daily. Just wanted to show you my counts again that I'm tracking. First one is a triangle where if we fail to hold this level of support, we drop down for an E wave and we protect the C wave at around 50 cents. And my primary count is we're making an ABC as a 3, 3, 5, going to challenge all-time highs. One-to-one extension is at 244. Now on this count, go down to the 4 hourly. We're looking to make 5 waves to the upside. We have a wave 1 to the upside as a diagonal. We then had an ABC correction between the 50 and the 618. There is an issue with that, and I'm just going to refresh your memory here, that if this ABC is complete, we are also in B wave territory where this B wave gets extended out, and this ends up being a WXY, and then we make our next move to create this connecting wave. So just keeping that in mind, that's what I expect if we fail, and that would probably take us to that E wave down below we were talking about. Reasons for that is we didn't hit the one-to-one extension of this A for the C wave off the B. So just keeping that in mind as a backup if we fail here. Down on the 1 hour. If we are complete, we expect this low wave C to hold at, let me get an exact number here on Binance, at 69.13. Now, since we had this movement the other day, this ends up being a diagonal. And it does make a little more sense when you look at the individual waves. We get a one-to-one extension there. And just shy of a one-to-one there. But it fits better as a diagonal than an impulse. The only way to count that as an impulse is if this ends up being a WXY for a flat and the fourth is over here. But doesn't really make much difference at the current price action right now. So if we have a wave 1 complete on the micro, we're looking for a 3-wave move to the downside, hold previous level of support. Areas of interest that I'd like to hold is this previous order block here and here. Let me just pull that out. Now after that 5-wave move, we have a 3-wave move, which is a good sign that we're doing something corrective rather than impulsive to the downside. This looks like an ABC panning out as well. 5, 3, 5, potentially as a diagonal. So ideally what I'd like to see happen here is this correction eat up a little more time. If we pull our fib time, we expect it to take between 618 and 1-to-1 in time of this move to the upside. So when we start with 3, there's a lot of things that can happen here. Ideally, what I'd like to have happen to keep the bulls in control here is a 3. This turns into an ABC, makes a new high up between our expanded B wave area. We make a C wave like so. Hold the previous A as support. That's the ideal correction in this area. And it's ideal because we'd expect, even if we break down and that B wave, we'd expect to at least hit this one-to-one where our B wave moves over, and we expect further lows after the fact. But if we get that correction, it's just nice when 2 counts go in the same direction, because at least you're not going to lose money on that trade. And if it ends up being our 3rd wave, well, we're well on our way. So alternatively, if this is bearish, what I would expect to happen here is some sort of diagonal play out, which would give us some time to adjust our counts, but something like this to complete a correction to the downside, and then we'd have to readjust our counts. So looking for this move as ideal. We can just come down lower here as well, and this wave could not be complete yet, or this is our A wave, B, C. There's a lot that can happen here, but the important thing is that we hold these levels. Obviously, anything past the 618 probability shift to the downside. So we'd really like to hold the 618 here. But in the middle of this correction, and if this count is correct and our low is in, we'd be looking for a 1, 2, and explode to the upside for our 3, 4, 5. But I'm going to wait for this correction to fill out, look for a good entry. And where I'm wrong, and this correction is actually complete and went against guidelines, just so you know, is above this 1.618 extension at 87.96 cents. If it starts breaking up above that level, then this is most likely a 1, 2, and this is making a 1, 2, even though it doesn't look like it and it goes against guidelines. I wait for that though, because you got to go with guidelines, right? Otherwise you're reaching at every trade, over trading, etc. So that's what I'm looking at for MATIC. Hopefully we get a nice sideways correction here and we can look for a long trade setup. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.